to anyone, I would have to say it'd be Los Angeles.
The Los Angeles Lycans in the Pacific Division coming in. They're coming off of a loss last week in a close game against Arizona. And the Lone Star Glory had a win on the road against Fort Worth last week. Both scores identically, Gerald, 23-20. Lone Star trying to move to 6-2. The Glory trying to get back even at 500. And it'll be the signal callers that'll lead the way for both teams. Sully Richardson for Los Angeles, Ace Fennick for the Lone Star Glory. And Gerald, we were talking a little bit prior as the teams work on the coin toss about how this is one of the early meetings between these two teams. They've only met a handful of times.
And this is the first time that Lone Star has actually been hosting a game. They split the first two games. 45-27 in the first game went to Los Angeles. Back then they were the Chicago Wildcats. And the next game was 31-24 for Lone Star. They're putting up 62 points in game average combined, so we should be in for a good one.
Lone Star wearing the dark uniforms will return this one to start it off. The military appreciation uniforms for the Glory that they're wearing at home, and the Los Angeles Lycans on the road wearing their white uniforms, blue helmets. Let's run you through their offense, which will, let's run you through the offense for Lone Star, which will take the field to start this game off. Ace Fennick leads the way, along with Ike McBride at halfback. Sudo Nakai is the fullback. Greg Soto, Deuce Fennick, and Dave Axis are the receiving threats, along with Adam Williams and Ziggy Ronick, and Rylan Caudill is the guard. Give on first down to McBride on the right side, only manages to gain 2.
This front four for Los Angeles, she played Blaze with the tackle, is very, very good run defense. They're coming in, I believe they're like in the top 10 rushing defense, so it's hard to run against these guys.
Very difficult to run, but a stout rushing attack from the Lone Star Glory to also keep an eye on. They will look to throw it here on second down, and that is a batted ball. It was off to the left-hand side, and the Lycans almost made pay dirt with it. It was Jack Hacksaw with the deflection, and that will run through the Lycans offense or defense for you. Brogan Spiraw is the defensive end, along with Ace Blackwell. Maur Rivers, the defensive tackle. Danny Stinson and Buddy Blaze are the linebackers. Mike Scott, Thomasina Rahman, and Thomas Rahman Jr. are the cornerbacks. Rochelle Colston and Hacksaw there are the free safeties, and Ryan Yosef, the strong safety for the Lycans. 3rd and 8. Deep throw down the middle of the field is in and out of the hands of the receiver. Greg Soto could not hold on, and it's 4th down.
That would have been a tough catch for Soto. The ball was just a little bit out of his reach there. It was a great opening series for the Los Angeles Lycans defense. They're forcing Lone Star to a 3-and-out.
Defense from Los Angeles comes to play. They make the stop, and the 3-and-out for Lone Star will force them into a punting situation. Lycans' 5th best scoring defense in the league, only allowing 21 points per game. They are best against the rush, 20th against the pass in terms of yards, giving up 321 per game. This punt is away and out to the 40, and that is where Los Angeles' offense will enter the field. Let's take you through that unit so you are prepped on who will be carrying and rushing and passing the football for Los Angeles. Sully Richardson, the quarterback. Robert Johnson, the halfback, along with Tommy Rahman, the fullback. Davius Reed, Chris Lee are the receivers, along with Elsie Pryor and Jack Flash. Rob Ems does the kicking, and Chance to Win does the punting for L.A. 2 in the backfield they will give to Johnson, and he is smacked after picking up 2.
Oh, Martin Jr. says hello. Great tackling secondary here for Lone Star, so it's going to be a pretty interesting game.
Interesting to say the least. 2nd and 8 here from the LA 42-yard line. 2 in the backfield on 2nd down. Nickel defense for Lone Star. They'll give Johnson off the right side through 1 and will get taken down after another pickup of 2. Nice job there by the Lone Star defense, and let's take you through that unit while we have a second. It is Jukin Rukin and Yogi Barr at defensive ends. Bobo Caudill and Tina Begins at defensive tackle. Freddie Trammell, Jay Mart are the linebackers. Mickey McGuire, Bo Martin Jr., Evan Lacey, Albert Begin, Nate Hall round out this secondary unit in Texas. 3rd and 6. Deep shot down the middle of the field is in and out of the hands of Jack Flash, the tight end. Could not haul it in, and Lone Star a 3-and-out for their defense.
Great tandem defense there by Evan Lacey and Albert Begin versus another 3-and-out. Great defenses to start off this game, and I like where they're playing against Robert Johnson. They're hitting him early to not let him get that bowling ball effect. He's just running downhill, so great defense to start the game for Lone Star.
Well, Gerald, Lone Star's defense hasn't necessarily been the shining point for them this season. They do have a couple bright spots on the team, but overall some struggles that you and I talked about in our lead up to this game.
Definitely, they've given up 9 rushing touchdowns so far this year. They gave up all 11 last year, so they're really having a hard time with the run, and they're just giving up a lot of good game rushing yards. Some pretty good backs this.
They will bring out 3 receivers and have a single back for their second possession of the game. Fennick going to look deep, and that is caught on the sideline and stepping out of bounds, but not before moving the chains and making up for his mistake on the last drive. Greg Soto hauls it in.
That was a heck of a catch on the sideline. Looked like the ball was on just a little bit behind him. Great adjustment there by Greg Soto for get the ball and get a first down.
Moves it down to the 41, one of the biggest plays for either team today so far as we are early here in this first quarter. 2 receivers to the top of the screen, 1 to the bottom on the line. 3-3 look here out of the Lycans. Here's a 5-step drop. Throw underneath is caught, spinning the wrong way, now readjusting upfield. But at the end of all of that, Gerald, they mark it down for a no gain.
That was an interesting run there. Going backwards, doing the spin cycle, doing the reverse spin cycle. It's not what you want to see.
Interesting is certainly one way to categorize it. I would probably use some other words. Here's the give up the middle, and that will be good for a couple. It'll bring up 3rd and 7. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League is combining traditional esports, traditional sports, and a role-playing game all into one. Team strategies are executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. 3 receivers wide here on 3rd and 7 from the 44. Looking to throw, and it's caught across the middle. That is first down yardage, good enough to move the chains. Adam Williams hauls it in at the Los Angeles 43.
Great pass, just an inside slant there. The tight end was released and just wide open. Puts the ball right on the money. Another first down here for Glory here. Get the first 2 of the ball game.
And moves them down to the 43 and keeps this drive alive. Lone Star had their first drive go 3 and out off the opening kickoff, but after that, they've gotten going here on their second opportunity. Fennick fires outside. Greg Soto again, a pickup of 9.
Like Soto's going to be his favorite target here for the first quarter, but another great sideline pass just outside the reach of the defender. 8 and 9, 2nd and 1. This offense is really starting to come alive here in this first quarter.
Certainly feeding Greg Soto there on the outside is Ace Fennick, 3rd season in the league for both Fennick and Soto. Give up the middle now, McBride, and she's off to the races, down to the 23-yard line, plowing her way into LA territory and into field goal range.
Goes to the red zone. Nice tackle there. Hey, Ryan Yosef. Just great presence. Just watch us blocking up front. Got some great seal block there. And really untouched until she got like 8 or 9 yards. So great execution there by the Lone Star Glory offensive line.
Really strong running from Lone Star. They have the fullback Pseudo Nakai to complement Rylan Caudill at guard. They will throw now on first down. Outside to Nakai and off the hands. Cannot haul that one in.
You have to make your gotta make that catch there if you're on the outside. That could have been a first down or maybe more, but Pseudo Nakai drops the ball. First drop for him for the day. Bring up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from the 23, and it almost feels like 2nd and 15 or 20 as they are right on the edge of that goal line. And once you get down there into the end zone area, you have an additional boundary to play with against the defense. 2nd and 10. Fennick will fire underneath. That is caught and out of bounds. Will make it a little more manageable here on 3rd down.
Time Fennick goes the right way and gains 5 yards. It's going to be an important 3rd and 5 here. I'd like to see them get the ball here to their big tight ends, Adam Williams, 6'6", and Ziggy Hernick, 6'6". That's some big targets down there by the end zone.
No tight ends on the field here. 4 receivers wide and a quads look. 3-2 out of the defense. Fennick fires underneath, laces it down the seam, and it is complete down to the 6-yard line. 1st and goal.
That's why I'm in the booth with you, Andy, and not down there on the field. Just great execution. Look at that pass. Just wide open. Just a nice window to throw the ball to. 1st and goal here. Let's see what they can do here if they can punch this ball into the end zone.
6 yards out, have the option of both running and passing. McBride is a weapon down here. They will put 2 receivers. They'll put both tight ends back in the game and will look to run it. McBride right up the middle. She didn't have a touchdown last week. Doesn't have one yet here, all the way to the goal line.
Inches shy. Again, Ryan Joseph there at the stop. McBride looked like they're running. Push her way into the end zone. Can't get it done, but now it's going to be 2nd and about 5 inches to get in the end zone.
Single yard between Pay Dirt and the Lone Star Glory. Putting some points on the board. Give up the middle, and McBride has it that time. She has 22 touchdowns in her career, now 23.
There's just no way to stop that run. McBride's been running great all season long. They just had to get a half a yard, and there's just no way that she wasn't going to get in the end zone. As Lone Star draws first blood here in the game with a touchdown, 6-0.
5th touchdown of the season for Ike McBride, and the 5th rushing touchdown for Lone Star overall as they punch their way into the lead in this Los Angeles and Lone Star battle between Denton, Texas and LA. With 5:02 to go in the first, taking a 6-0, and after this extra point is up and good, a 7-0 lead over the Los Angeles Lycans. And now the Lycans will have an opportunity to answer to that. Gerald, we saw both teams walk into the game. Both teams on their opening drive went 3 and out, and then Lone Star took their 2nd drive down the field for a touchdown. Now we'll see if the Lycans can do the same.
Definitely. But the most impressive thing about the Lone Star Glory just did, Andy, is that's only the 4th rushing touchdown given up this season by Los Angeles. They're a tough ball club to run against.
Return here will come out to the 36-yard line, and that is where LA will bring their offensive unit out. They are 9th in the league in terms of rushing yards a game. They average 98 yards on the ground. Lone Star just a little bit under that on their offensive side at 10th with 97. And Lone Star's defense is very bend but don't break. They give up a lot of yards but have allowed the 6th least touchdowns through the air in the SFL this year. Give Robert Johnson up the middle, and Johnson will fight forward for 4 yards.
Like I mentioned before, if he gets ahead of steam, you can see where he can just break tackles. You basically almost have to gang tackle him. He's that much of a powerful runner. They held him to 4 yards there, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, very strong runner as Robert Johnson. Takes a lot to try and bring him down. And in the last game last week, 101 yards to prove that, 4.2 yards per carry. 2nd and 6 for LA. They give Johnson again off the right side with a blocker. Johnson lowers the head and picks up 5. It'll bring up 3rd and a yard.
Just could not break it to the outside where he had all that room. Forced back inside, and the coverage came in to tackle him just a yard short of that first down. We'll see if they can get their first down of the ballgame.
3rd and a yard. Lone Star's defense trying to bottle down here at the 45. Give up the middle, and Johnson has it smooth and easy.
Amart, the leading tackler in SFL, coming in here with 85. Like an 86 for the season. Coming up there, but gains enough for the first down and keeps the sticks moving.
Not enough from the defensive Lone Star there. They will have to reset as it's 1st and 10 for LA. Richardson fires underneath, caught, and a pickup of 1. Not going to get very far on that one for Tommy Rahman.
Tommy Rahman, nowhere to go. So great coverage right there. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 9. It seems like the Los Angeles Lakers offense is coming out a little bit tentative here. I'm surprised to see that.
Yeah, I was going to say that too, Gerald. I think they seem a little nervous or slow here a little bit, at least to start this game. Give off the left side. Here's Johnson. Johnson will get wrapped up at the 49 before getting too far down the field. Bo Martin Jr. there.
Go back to the Lone Star Lakers offense. Tony Richardson has really been distributing the football well. It's kind of hard to see. He really doesn't have a favorite receiver. Of the 6 receivers that he has, all have 25 catches or more, ranging from 25 to 33, so it's hard to see who's going to throw against.
Got to find a favorite receiver here on 3rd and 7. Richardson going to take a deep shot to the corner, and it's caught! Davius Reed, 10-5, touchdown, Los Angeles. They strike and counter the 7 points of Lone Star with 6 of their own.
Davius Reed having the last couple seasons, Sully Richardson gets behind the defense. It's like Bo Martin Jr. was late getting back there. It's a great pass. You see Nate Hall trying to chase down Davius Reed. But with that speed, there's no chance. As Los Angeles comes back with a drive of their own to possibly tie this game pending the extra point.
A 49-yard touchdown catch, says Mark Lopez and Justin reside in the stats truck. And Sully Richardson now 2 of 3 with a touchdown and 50 yards to his name today. Before that, Gerald was not necessarily blowing anyone off the stat sheet, but a big throw and a big catch can turn that around quickly.
One play can change a ball game. You can just see right there, 49 yards, Richardson to Reed. We got a tie ball game at 7-7.
Teams dueling back and forth. Both went 3 and out to start the ball game, and now with 2:35 in the first, both have taken their last drive deep down the field for 7 points on the board. And now LA will kick it back to the Lone Star Glory to try and get this next drive going. Return will come out of the end zone, out across the 20-yard line and out to the 23, and with 2:31 to go, Lone Star takes back over. Visit the SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how you can create a player, join our community, the league, and the teams that play in it. You can also see a comprehensive history of the SFL, our over 1,500 games, and thousands of players who have hit the virtual field. The Simulation Football League, 17 seasons strong. 1st and 10, and the give up the middle goes to Ike McBride. She scored on the last drive, but can't even muster a yard here on 1st down.
Big defensive stop. There by the Lakers, you see the defensive end, Bergen Spear, are coming up there a little bit slow. Back to the huddle, and it's going to be a 2nd and 10.
2 minutes to go, a little bit over that here in the first quarter, but it's been relatively quick moving as these teams have traded back and forth, big play after big play. Fennick now looks on the outside, caught there. That'll make it much easier here on 3rd and 2.
And you can't give Ace Fennick that much time. Coming into this game, Los Angeles Lakers have only had 5 sacks entire season, so they got to find a way to get pressure on Ace Fennick back there because he'll just tear you apart.
Greg Soto seems to be tearing this defense apart so far. Really good first quarter of play for him. 2 receivers out. They give McBride up the middle, and she plows her way down to the 37. Really strong running from McBride, Gerald. With that, she's known for that.
Very powerful back. McBride coming into this game was 10th overall with 667 yards rushing, averaging 4.7 a carry. So when she gets the ball, she knows how to do damage with it.
Lone Star relies on her in short yardage situations. She had 100 yards and 5.3 per carry last week. They'll throw on 1st down, and it's caught across the middle Another first down play. That's Greg Soto again down to the 43.
They do not have an answer for Greg Soto in this first quarter. Ace Fennec, again, no pressure whatsoever. Just stand back there, order a sandwich. There was a strike to Greg Soto, and they're already cooking Los Angeles Lakers territory again.
Yeah, dealing is the word that I would use to describe what Ace Fennec is doing today, 8 of 11 so far. They will give up the middle. McBride, plenty of room on the dive play, picks up 9, huge run.
Huge run, just a huge push. That offensive line of the Lone Star Glory. Ron Caudell with a coast. Butler just pushing the Los Angeles Lakers out of the way. Big run for Ike McBride.
11 throws, 8 runs for Lone Star, distributing the ball evenly across the board, forcing LA to be honest about where they put their defense. 3 in the backfield. They'll look to throw it out to McBride on a little bit of a screen. Missed block, and McBride blown up in the backfield by Thomasina Rahman.
Thomasina Rahman and Mike McBride showing that females are amazing female players in this league. What a hit.
That will take us to the end of the first quarter. 1 in the book, 7-7, Lone Star and Los Angeles. You're watching the SFL Saturday Showcase presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports. Back here in Denton, Texas, Andy Hamilton along with Gerald Giudice for the Lone Star Lycans and the LA Lycans and the Lone Star Glory. Run up the middle from McBride, moves the chains down to the 30. Gerald, we were talking a little bit about it in the break, but it just seems like this Lone Star offense is a little more fluid right now than LA's.
A little more fluid, a little bit smoother. I think it's due to the fact that they are mixing the run and the pass very nicely so far here in this first half, just keeping the Los Angeles off guard.
Gun look here on 1st and 10, fires on the out route, caught out there. Dave Axis, pick up a 6 down to the 24.
Thomas Rahman Jr. on tackle. That's what I'm saying. You're thinking that Ike's going to get the ball and it's going to leave the end out there for a nice little out route for 6 yards. It's tough to see who's going to get the ball here because they're just mixing the passes, the run so well.
3 receivers split out. Shotgun look again. Penalty flag is down. Flip down the middle is caught. Dave Axis again down inside the 15, and we'll have to check on the flag.
I think that was big defensive end Ace Blackwell that jumped off the sides. So the ball was snapped, and it certainly wasn't going to decline that penalty. They're going to be down at the 50-yard line, knocking on the door to the end zone once again.
A Lone Star in front of their home crowd here trying to put on a show, and nice toss across the middle. Nice catch by Axels.
Actually, they're not inside the 15. They actually got a first and goal here at the 9. See what Lone Star here can do. They can just find a way to keep the defense off guard in that end zone.
Early here, second quarter, 7 points apiece. And the Glory trying to extend that. Here is Fennick going to dump it down underneath inside. That is caught. Ziggy Hronik, the second tight end, getting involved down there to the 6.
That Hacksaw there with the stop. And another thing Los Angeles has to do is they got to start getting pressure, as I said before, on Ace Fennick. That's another reason why they can just pick their way down this field. They just have no pressure on Ace right now.
3 wide, single back is McBride. They'll give it to her, and she will only get back to the line of scrimmage. No more. Sets up 3rd and goal. Los Angeles trying to clamp down.
But he plays there with the tackle. Not only is he a good hitter, right now he's having a career year defensively with 2 pick-6s already for the season. He's a great player for the Los Angeles Vikings in the middle of that defense.
3-2 look here out of LA. They've walked to safety up to the line. 4 wide here for Lone Star. Looking to throw, fires back corner of the end zone. Feet down, caught, touchdown, Lone Star. Huge play, Greg Soto. He's having a half.
What a throw, what a catch. It'll be interesting to see if his feet were in the doing his Chris Carter impersonation there in the back corner of the end zone. Oh, I don't know about that. Either way, it's going to be a touchdown for Lone Star. Answering back Los Angeles' answer like a punch, counter punch type of game here. And big touchdown right there for Lone Star.
Certainly was a close call there on the sidelines. White end zones, white paint, and black shoes show up pretty well on that. So Greg with the uniform choice. No review, though, and it's 14-7. You said it best, Gerald, that we're looking at back and forth counter punches as Lone Star goes down the field to score.
I'll see if Los Angeles can come back from off the ropes. Counter Lone Star's punch here. What a great first half of football we're seeing. Great execution by these offenses. Great changes up, making changes to their offensive game plan as both offenses seem to be coming alive.
Kick is away, under 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Good return out to the 30-yard line, and now Los Angeles will have their chance to counter again. Their last drive seemed a bit choppy, Gerald. They had some good plays. They had some bad ones.
It just seems like a Lone Star's offense is like smooth, like peanut butter. Looks like Los Angeles is a little bit chunky with the plays and the bad plays. We'll see if they can get their way through here.
See if they can get down the field in a jiffy. Here is the give up the middle. That'll be a 7-yard pickup down to the 37.
He was just skipping through that defense right there, but got here a 2nd and 3. Johnson's having a decent half so far. 7 carries, 26 yards. Being able to keep front 4 of Lone Star on the toes.
You're a little bit jelly you're not out there on that front 4, Gerald, being able to slow down the back. Give up the middle. Johnson, again, right through the middle. Knifes his way through and picks up a first down before he's sandwiched at the 45.
Nah, I just don't have the crust to play in the heat down there in Texas. But another great run there, as you see, just bowling its way through offensive line, getting to the secondary. You see Nate Hall with the first hit, brings him down.
First down, though, nonetheless, and out at the 45 with 8 minutes to go. It'll be 1st and 10 for Los Angeles, trying to keep Johnson moving and keep him involved in this football game. 3-3 look here out of Lone Star. They'll swing it out to him this time with a blocker, Jack Flash in front. Johnson will pick up 9 on the little bit of a dump pass.
Just bowling over defenders. As Johnson now getting involved in through the passing game here. Bring up a second one. They just crossed midfield here, getting the Lone Star territory.
3 in the backfield at the 46-yard line. They put Tommy Rahman back there against a nickel defense. Sully Richardson likes what he sees a little bit and is going to change the play at the line. Only thrown it 4 times. They've ran it now 9. Johnson up the middle will pick up the first down to the 41-yard line. And Gerald, it's all been going through Robert Johnson, and Lone Star doesn't have an answer just yet.
It's like Lone Star has no answer. Los Angeles has no answer for Greg Soto. They can't seem to find Johnson, who's just a big back, just going through this defense.
2 backs in the backfield. They'll look to throw it. Sully Richardson fires down the middle, and it's caught. Is that the fullback there, Tommy Rahman, who hauls it in at the 22? It is.
Tommy Rahman doesn't get thrown to at all. Well, I shouldn't say that. He gets thrown pretty much here in the game here. But Tommy Rahman is his 34th catch of the season. And it's a big catch for a big first down, knocking just outside of Lone Star's red zone.
6.5 to go here in the second quarter. Lone Star took a 14-7 lead. Los Angeles trying to answer them and tie it back up. Flip outside. Jack Flash picks up 2, and let's send it to Cameron Irvine for a game break between Portland and D.C. Cam?
Thank you, Andy. Mike, the league's leading rusher, back at it again.
Yeah, Cam, Ezekiel Love is putting his footprint on this game literally early on with a big run here off of the left side, gets Portland inside the red zone, and he turns this into a touchdown later on, a couple plays later with a touchdown catch out of the backfield. Portland goes up 7-0.
7-0 Fleet over DC. I had my finger on the button, Andy, just in case that was a touchdown. Third down coming back to Lone Star, back to Andy and Gerald.
Back here in Texas, that Sully Richardson floater was not a touchdown, fell incomplete, luckily for Richardson, into a lot of traffic for Lone Star, and it brings up 3rd and 8. They're going to go gun straight again against a 4-2 nickel look here out of the Lone Star glory. Richardson in the shotgun. Will look to throw, is going to fire it underneath, and it's almost intercepted by Trammell, incomplete.
At the quarterback's eyes there and knocked the ball down. That bend and don't break defense for Lone Star. Just bent but didn't break. It's just going to hold Los Angeles to a field goal attempt here with about 37 yards.
Kicker is on for Los Angeles to try and make it a 10-14 game. That's Rob M's 4th season in the league, 3rd in LA. Up and good from 37, now 10-14, a 4-point difference. And Gerald, you'd have to say, with the way that the game is going, that could be an important point in the ball game.
It definitely is. You talk about the punch counter punch. That was just a jab, not a knockout blow that Lone Star did put that ball in the end zone on their last drive, holding Los Angeles to a field goal. Getting the ball here. If they can do a drive like they did before, they can go in the break here, 21-10 up.
Rob Ems remains perfect this season and will kick it back off to the Lone Star Glory, who will bring it out 1st and 10 at the 24. We will step aside and be right back. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Don't go anywhere. Back in Denton, Texas, Andy Hamilton along with Gerald Giudice. Lone Star Glory welcome the Los Angeles Lycans. And Lone Star with a 4-point lead take the ball back here with 5.5 to go. Fennec going to look for the money ball down the middle and pays the price. All the way to the defensive player, and Ryan Yosef takes it away from Lone Star. Really the first blemish for LSG today.
At the 4th interception of the year, 26th for the career of Ryan Yosef. It's a great bad ball was drastically underthrown. Either way, Ryan Yosef makes the play on the football. And Los Angeles is back in style here. Lone Star's territory at the 43.
And LA will take over. We just talked about how their field goal might put them at a disadvantage if Lone Star continues to punch, but the deep ball is taken away by Yosef, and now the LA Lycans have a chance to take the lead, Gerald.
I would begin along with Nate Hall on that stop. But yeah, they do have a chance to take the lead. And that's a rarity for Lone Star. That's only their 11th turnover offensively all season. They came in second fewest in the league.
2 in the backfield again. LA continuing to show run here. They lost a yard on the last one. They will throw out of it. Dump out Tommy Rahman on this right side, and he will pick up 6. It brings up 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5 here. It could be a tricky play for the defense because you can either run it with Johnson. He's one of those backs that you could give the ball to on 3rd and 5, or the plethora of weapons on the outside. So Lone Star have got to be careful here on 3rd and 5.
Down towards 4.5 to go here in the second quarter. Here's Richardson, who fires on a little bit of a hook route. Jack Flash hauls that in for first down yardage at the 31.
They probably get their 6'6" tight end. Jack Flash basically just sits in the middle of that defense. Nice little out there. Great tackle by Nate Hall, but it moves the sticks, like you said, and they're at the 31.
Really smart route just past the line. Big gain, and was able to turn around and just haul it in. Give up the middle on 1st and 10, and that'll lose a yard there. Nate Hall in the backfield along with Gunny McGuire to make the play.
Hall, the former Vancouver Legion, coming up there with the stop along with McGuire. Hall's been really a thorn in Lycan's side here so far in this drive. Get in on the last 3 plays.
2nd and 11 from the 32-yard line. Flash on the field for a tight end flex. Short drop, quick throw down the sideline. Caught!
Oh,
Caught
wow.
at the 14. Big play, Chris Lee.
Wow, what a catch, and still managing to hold on. Taking a big hit there from out of begin, just full extension. Knew he was going to get hit. Again, puts his shoulder right between the numbers. Chris Lee gets up with a huge first down for the Lycans offense.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Richardson, fire underneath, caught. That is good for 8 yards to Jack Flash again across the middle. No, excuse me. Check that. It's LZ Pryor.
Second-year player here for Los Angeles, 3rd season overall, coming across the middle there with a great pass. And right now, it seems like Lone Star has no answer for Los Angeles' offense.
You would think this would be Robert Johnson area of the field, but he's not on the field here on 2nd and 2. Looking to throw it. Richardson fires back of the end zone, tipped it incomplete, and Los Angeles is lucky it's incomplete. That was dangerous.
A dangerous pass. If it's tipped, there's about half of the defense of the Lone Star Glory there waiting for that ball to fall into their hands. Luckily for the Lycans, it falls to the turf incomplete. Comes up here with a 3rd and 2, and Johnson's back on the field.
3rd and 2 from the 5. 3 backs in the backfield. The 2 fullbacks in front of Robert Johnson. 3-3 look out of Lone Star. Give Johnson right side, easy as butter. In for 6, and Los Angeles takes the lead, jumps out in front.
Great play call there, just great block. There was just nobody there. And Johnson could basically just stroll into the end zone It gives Los Angeles the lead.
And a huge play for Los Angeles after having to settle for a field goal on their last drive. They get the interception and turned Ryan Yosef's turnover into a 5-yard rushing touchdown. And that interception, Gerald, was the first time that either team hadn't scored points in 5 drives.
Have that, but Los Angeles turns that ball over, gets the turnover, and turns it into a touchdown. Big play for the Lakers.
They take the lead 17-14 over the Glory. 2:37 to go in the second as we near the 2-minute warning. Huge way for the Lycans to jump out in front in a tightly contested back and forth battle of offenses as they duel blows and punches to each other, trying to decide who will come out with the victory and raise the belt in this battle. Return out to the 22, and let's send it to Mike St. Green and Cameron Irvine for a game break again between DC and Portland.
Thanks, Andy. Mike, DC strikes back.
Yeah, Cam, things are starting to heat up over in Portland. Sabaz Synergy finds Josh Gill behind Derek Majors for a deep touchdown, ties the game up at 7.
Then DC got an interception. They have the ball now in scoring territory. Back to Andy and Gerald.
Thanks, Cam. Back here in Denton, Ike McBride getting a little loose out there. 8-yard pickup to the 30.
The running back comparison, they're both of them having a day. With the rushing touchdowns, you see Ike McBride there. He's averaging 4.5 yards a carry, coming down to 2nd and 2 here for the Glory.
Needs to get out to the 32-yard line to move the sticks. The question is, will they take the snap here before the break for the 2-minute warning? And of one, they will. They will give McBride another run up the middle, and she will pick up the first down and more out to the 37. And we will head to the 2-minute break. 17-14, LA on top of Lone Star. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports. Back here in Denton, Texas, Andy Hamilton along with Gerald Giudice, Mark Lopez, and Justin Reside running the stats truck for us today. 2 minutes to go here before the halftime break. And Denton, Texas give up the middle, and Ike McBride has 8 yards. Coming up on the APM Music halftime report, Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green, break down the first half of the Lycans and the Glory. Sit down with Lone Star head coach and Army veteran Albert Bergin and provide an update on action going on between the Dragons and the Portland Fleet in Oregon. It's all coming up on the 8 p.m. Music halftime report. Just about a minute and a half of gameplay away. 2 in the backfield, give right up the middle again. McBride breaks one and has the first down.
They had her for no gain, and she just churns up field and gets that first down. She hit pretty much in the back, right, probably for a loss by one of the linebackers coming up. It was a great hit, but she got the first down anyway.
Looking to throw down the middle is caught. That is huge yardage down to the 34-yard line, and they're going to go hurry up.
Great throw and catch that of Deuce Fennec is a great play, wide open in the middle of the field.
Ace to Deuce connection down to the 34, and now they're moving with 42 seconds to go. Short drop, quick throw outside. Dave Axis, good for 4 before he is hit hard out of bounds.
Our play there, keeping all 3 timeouts available to Lone Stars. They are in field goal range. Great play calling right now here from the Glory. Let's see if they can punch it in the end zone, take the lead.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line. Have to imagine they're right on the edge, if not already in field goal range. Looking to run right up the middle there. McBride, another first down to the 22, rumbling. They're definitely in field goal range now, Gerald. The question is just if they can turn that 3 into 6.
McBride just trying to achieve a drag Allen in there. Allen Jones for a couple of yards. That's that first down. And at the 20-some yard line, just about 40 seconds to go in the half. So what they can do with a full complement of the timeouts here, with like 2 timeouts remaining.
New set of downs here at the 22. They did stop the clock with that timeout. 3 receivers wide here. 3-3 look out of the LA Lycans. 2 in the backfield. McBride along with Nakai. Looking to throw it. Will flip outside. Greg Sotos picks up 7, and he has been a monster in this first half.
He did a beautiful out route. It's just like a running play with Ike McBride. He gets 6-7 yards. And they do that consistently on first down here. They have a 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3. It just opens up the playbook completely for an offense.
Got out of bounds, so it'll be 2nd and 3. Here's the flip across the middle. Oh, deflected, and it was dangerous. Looking for Soto again.
That ball wasn't deflected. Lone Star scored a touchdown right there as Rochelle Colston comes up with a big play there. Running a touchdown is going to bring up 3rd and 3.
Got the deflection on a huge pass across the middle, a little bit dangerous into the middle of the field. 3rd and 3 from the 15. They can get the first down without getting to the end zone. 28 seconds and ticking. Across the middle, caught there. Dave Axis has just enough for the first down at the 10.
Basically an in route there. Their 2nd timeout, but it gives them a 1st and goal at the 10. 24 seconds left. 1 timeout remaining. I think you got about, 2 shots to get in the end zone here, Andy?
If you decide to throw it, you could always run it as well. 2 in the backfield, both tight ends out there on the field. Looking to throw out of this formation. Pumps once, fires back of the end zone. That is almost intercepted again. It falls incomplete. Looking for Ziggy Hronik.
But he had a receiver wide open on the flank. I believe that was Ike McBride. Came out of the backfield, was wide open on the right-hand side of the field. Just did not turn around to see her.
2nd and goal, 20 seconds. Still plenty of time, and the 1 timeout in the back pocket for Lone Star as they try and turn some points on the board. Looking to fire back in the end zone. Tipped up and incomplete again. They are tempting fate here, Gerald. They have to be careful.
Yeah, another defensive play there by, looks like outside linebacker Daniel Daly comes up with the deflection. It's 3rd and goal here at the 10. Both those last 2 passes, as you said, were really risky. They're not even going to chance it now. They're going to bring on the field goal again.
Hugh Purvis on to try and tie this thing up at 17. From the 10, it'll be about a 26, 27-yard field goal attempt. Hold down, kick up, and this one is good. It is 17 all. And Gerald, I got to be honest, that feels about right considering the way this first half has gone.
Yeah, pretty much it, except for the one interception. It's been pretty much an even football game. As you said, 17-17 here. Both teams have had 4 drives. It's been a very entertaining first half.
LA with 12 seconds and all 3 timeouts. We will have to see if they decide to push the ball down the field. Probably will depend on what they get out of this return. Out to the 31, and Gerald, 9 seconds, 3 timeouts. Probably just a couple gives to Johnson, right? If even a couple.
And maybe one or even just a kneel down here. Just go in the break here, 17-17. You don't want to throw a Hail Mary interception and have the possibility of being returned for a score. So I think that hand off to Johnson and get into the halftime.
2 receivers on and a tight end. They will throw. This one fired and caught. I think that's LZ Pryor there down to the 42 and a timeout.
I got that chance at that Hail Mary here. 58 yards from the end zone. See if Clay Richardson can somehow pull off Hail Mary here at the end of the half.
Tallest receiving threat is Jack Flash, 6'6", 250, second year with LA. Second tallest is actually, you'll get a kick out of this, Gerald. It's the fullback, Tommy Rahman. Somehow I don't think that undrafted rookie is heading down there for the Hail Mary.
I don't think so either. You have great target, but you have back receiver Davius Reed too.
Richardson pumps once, pressure coming, tries to evade but cannot. He will get sacked to end the half. Tina Begin, another sack to add to her total this year, and we end the first half of play 17 all. Both teams had offensive moments, both teams had defensive moments. Now a short break for the SFL halftime report. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports.
Welcome back to the APM Music Halftime Report along with Mike St. Green. I'm Cameron Irvine, and You know, Mike, we were a little worried at the start of the day because we had 7 games decided by last-minute field goals last week, and then we had a couple of clunkers early. It looks like we're back to regular SFL football because we've got a tie game at 17 in Denton, Texas, and then we have a tie game at 10 in Portland. DC and Portland all knotted up in 10 in the second quarter.
Yeah, Cam, kind of felt like we had, run our excited game quota last week, as you said. But yeah, and especially coming in the first couple of games, both were shutouts at halftime. But now we have a couple of games, one at halftime, 17 all, and another one approaching halftime, all tied up. And this Lone Star and LA game is pretty much what I expected. Ike McBride has a touchdown under her belt. Robert Johnson has a touchdown under his belt. And basically the only slight difference in this game, Ryan Joseph showed up with a big interception in this game, but Tina Begin had a big sack at the end of the first half. So both defensive showed up. The running backs that we expected to see in this game, they have showed up, and here we are knotted up at halftime.
And as we continue our remembrance to 9/11 and all those who served to keep us safe in the last 20 years and beyond, this week we got a chance to sit down with the head coach of the Lone Star Glory, Albert Begin, retired Armyman. Lone Star is full of retired military veterans, as is the SFL at large. But we got a chance to talk some military, talk some football with Albert, and check in on the Lone Star Glory, see what he had to say. Today on the APM Music Halftime Report, our People Behind Players segments continue, and today we have the head coach of the Lone Star Glory and co-general manager, Albert Begin. Welcome to the program, Albert.
Thank you, Cam. Glad to be here.
Hey, Albert, glad you could join us, man. This weekend, we are remembering, September 11th from 20 years ago, as well as, we wanted to get some, people that have served our country on. And we know that you've served our country, a few years back. Tell everyone about, your military service, your time, and what was that like, having the chance to serve our great country?
Well, I was 19 Delta. That's a Cab Scout in the Army. I joined in 2004, right after high school, basically. I did 2 tours overseas. I was a specialist on the Striker. It's a light infantry tank that came up around 2004 for urban combat. I've seen plenty of things around the world. I've been many of places around the world. And unfortunately, my service came to a halt when I was injured overseas. Took some shrapnel to my Achilles tendon that kind of stopped that.
Well, we appreciate what you did when you did it, Albert, and it's a tough day for many, just having to relive moments, and I'm sure that anytime we come up to an anniversary of Pearl Harbor or the War on Terror, things like that, we come across these difficult times. How have you and your friends been able to cope with that, and what has life since your time in service been like, and what do you do now?
Well, as for me and my friends, what we do, a lot of my friends actually are ex-military too. We all get together, we all talk about life in general and how blessed we are to still be here when so many have fallen before us. We try to reach out to help people that are maybe mentally stressed or physically unable to do what they used to do anymore. As for what I do now, I'm actually a carpenter. I've been doing carpentry for the last 6 years. Jack of all trades, master of none kind of deal going on. That's basically what I've been up to.
Yeah, Albert, you sound a lot like me, the jack of all trades guy, master of very few. But yeah, that'll switch gears a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about Lone Star Glory, the team and on the field. You came over from Queen City. You took over as head coach and co-GM. You guys have kind of been up and down this season. You're 3-4. You're a little bit, you're below 500. Mexico City has a couple of games ahead of you guys in the division. How do you see the rest of the season going for you, and what type of adjustments that you make coming over from Queen City to Lone Star?
Coming over from Queen City to Lone Star, it's not a hard gap. I want to say, like, the locker room was very open to me. The coaching staff was very open. It's just that some tendencies that I tend to have, I have to learn others now. So putting that together and making the machine run steadily has been a little hard at the beginning, but I think we're starting to get it. The defense is starting to pick up. Offense is definitely starting to pick up. I know, Ace Finnick is having a decent year. He's not having a year like last year, but it's one of those things. New coach, gotta step it up. Different. I do things differently than last year's coach. He's not that bad. He's, I think, in the top 10 still. But like I said, everything else, Ike McBride, she's a beast. I want to say that she's been very open for me coming over. I want to say that straightforward. Charles, as an owner, amazing guy. Kind of said, this is your horse and pony show now, so go do what you do. So hopefully we can straighten out. We have a win underneath that belt. Hopefully we get this win today, Saturday. And we'll go from there, one game at a time.
Albert, you mentioned Charles. He's also former military. Dave Axis is former military. Gunny McGuire's former military. This Lone Star group is very entrenched in America and their service in it. Has that meant anything? Does it make the team special? In a unique way. What has it been like, kind of being with brothers, now not all Army men, right? There are plenty of Marines and Navy too. So what has that been like to share in that camaraderie with that team, and how unique does that make that experience?
I mean, having so much military background we're like family. Your family. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if you're Navy, Army, Marines, Air Force. If you've ever served, there is that unspoken bond that anyone that's ever served will know, and it does help. It makes people open up on a certain level, like the door's wide open. It's kind of hard to explain the bond that you have. When you look at certain things, you look at it different than people. How has it helped? Tremendously. There's structure, that can't be said. There's trust, that they trust you no matter what. If you fail, they failed with you. So, I mean, it's a big part of it, I think, too, in LSG, the military background. I actually didn't know as much of the military background until I joined. And once they found out, it's instant family, instant.
Albert, I've always been curious about this as a guy that went from head coach from one team to the next. The team makeup, right? Every team is structured differently. The contracts, the makeup of where you put your stars on the field. For the audience at home that may not understand, the intricacies of game planning. How different is Lone Star's build compared to Queen City's build, and how does that affect you as a coach in this league trying to win games?
It's very different, very different. I went from a very focused defensive team to a very offensive team. And to doing that, when you're used to being able to rely on your defense to stop someone's 14 points a game, to letting up 42 points a game, it's a very different scheme. But what I did have is I had people around me, the fellow coaches, Greg Soto, Charles, Dave Axis, come in and say, this is how we do things. We listen and we go forward. And that helped out tremendously. The coaching staff being able to work together and piece things together. As a standpoint from being a head coach in one place to a head coach to another, it was it's not easy. It was not easy, but it's getting easier as the weeks go on. You're learning and keep learning.
Well, thanks to my dog making a brief appearance behind my back, crashing the interview. But Albert, we appreciate your service, all the service from all of SFL Nation, but specifically on the Lone Star Glory. There's been plenty. Thank you for that and keeping our country safe. And thanks for being here. And good luck this today against Los Angeles, a big game for Lone Star. And we look forward to seeing the second half of it.
Thank you guys for having me. And one brief thing, if I could shout out to my wife. It's her birthday tomorrow, and it's our anniversary. So I just want to say happy birthday and happy anniversary, and I love you. And as for the military guys that served and women, thank you as always. I'm not in, you are. You risk your life every day, and I thank you for keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks, Albert.
All right. Thanks, Albert.
Thank you, guys.
I think the message, Mike, is whether you're in the military or whether you dealt with a person or in 9/11 or that was involved in 9/11, you're not alone, and we're thinking about you today and every day.
Yeah, Cam. It's always good to hear some of these guys' story. I consider them, comrades. I served, years before Albert did, but we definitely share a certain bond when with guys from the military, and it's great to hear these guys' story, and it's good to have support of other guys and people around that have experienced some of the same things that you have.
Back to football after this commercial break. It's tied in Denton 17-17. DC leads Portland 13-10. SFL action rolls on. This has been your APM Music Halftime Report. We'll be right back.
We return to Denton, Texas. Andy Hamilton along with Gerald Giudice, Mark Lopez and Justin Reside running the stats truck. Cameron Irvine pressing all the buttons behind the scenes to make sure this show keeps a running. We're back. 11 minutes on the clock for the third quarter. These two teams punching back and forth, and Los Angeles will start with the football to start this third quarter. Short kick is returned out across the 25 to the 28. Gerald, I was looking at the halftime stats a little bit. Both quarterbacks up over 70%. Both of them have a touchdown, and both of them have a running back with over 10 carries and over 40 yards.
It's a pretty even game, just like the scoreboard says. 17-17, and it's pretty much an even as far as stats going across the board, yards, time of possession, all those stats pretty much dead even.
And we go right back to work here. Robert Johnson back to work himself. Will pick up 2 right off the rip.
As you said, both of these quarterbacks over 70% for the season, believe it or not. Clay Richardson is averaging, completing 71% of his passes and is only 12th in the league in that category. So definitely have to be an accurate passer if you're in the SFL.
Got to try and complete as many as you can. Richardson moves up in the pocket, fires. Jack Flash has 7. If you can't throw the ball like Sully Richardson, the least you can do, Gerald, is look like him. You can visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, our official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and you can get SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys and jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL. Flip outside, caught, LZ Pryor, first down yardage, and more.
Another reception by LZ Pryor, his 3rd of the game. The 6th receiver that he's hit. Like we said, he likes to spread the ball around all around the offense. And right now he has 5 receivers with at least 2 catches.
Pryor was a former receiver turned tight end and making some grabs here today. Give up the middle. Robert Johnson will get stood up and dropped after picking up 2. Ran into the hole and ran right into Albert Begin, who had a wonderful halftime interview.
That was a great interview with the head coach of the Glory. And thank you to all of the members serving, who have served and who have given their life for this country. Thank you for serving.
Absolutely. Glad to have all of them, very thankful. Flip outside there, Jack Flash is going to get out to the 43. And I tell you what, Gerald, if you happen to miss that halftime interview, there's one way you can watch it. You can visit the SFL's YouTube channel at youtube.com/SimulationFL, where you can get an archive of every game, every draft, every moment you may have missed since the SFL got its start in 2013. Our YouTube features top 10 plays of the week, people behind the players segments, all archived, and all major milestones in league history. All of it on the SFL's YouTube page, just like that big first down pickup there will be as well. 1st and 10 from the 43. Richardson, high snap, moves in the pocket. Good pocket presence, but just can't find Jack Flash across the middle.
Jack Flash has been a busy target here in the beginnings of this second half. There was a great defensive play there by the middle linebacker. I believe that was Daniel Daly.
We'll set them up 2nd and 10 with 8:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Lone Star gave the ball to LA to start this quarter, and LA hasn't given it back since. Give Johnson off this right side. He'll pick up 4, makes it a little bit more manageable on 3rd and 6.
Robert Johnson now at the 49 yards here for the game. They actually are corralling him to 3 yards. I can run, as you see, averaging about 6 yards a carry. And having a day, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 6 here for the Lycans.
4 wide here from the 39. Richardson fires, tipped up, and almost picked. It'll fall incomplete. Was looking for Flash. It's 4th and 6 from the 39. I think they're going to have to punt, Gerald.
They're going to have to punt. Coming into that, they were 5 for 7 on 3rd downs for the day. Now make it 5 for 8. You might see a coffin corner punt here, a chance to win.
Chance to win was a kicker in the SFL minor league, came to LA as a punter. This will be his 3rd punt today. This one angled towards this near sideline. Chance to make an impact, but no. Ooh! Oh, it will bounce into the end zone. The referee there says it touched the paint, and a tough break there for to win. It had a lot of bounce back, Gerald, I will say.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be bouncing right at the one. It just snuck over the plane of the goal to take it to the 20 for a touchback.
Defense comes out, offense takes over for the Lone Star Glory. 24 pass attempts to 15 rushes in the first half, just 9 more passes, very balanced offense, and they'll start with a run here to McBride with room. Ike McBride carrying defenders up to the 35.
15-yard gain for Ike McBride, just carrying defenders on her back. You see, she's some great blocks there from Sudo Nakai. Gets Ike McBride to the secondary, and when she gets there, it's just a gang tackle to stop her. Big gain, first down.
Huge run from McBride will set them up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Single back is McBride. Here's Fennick looking to throw. Dumps down to Ike. She'll break through 1 tackle, breaks through 2, and finally gets wrestled down there at the 38.
Michelle Colson coming up there with the stick. As you see, we had a pretty even game, and look at that, 157 to 154. The quarterback starting the football. Just have that one blemish there. Ace Fennick with that interception.
Nickel look here out of LA. Single back is Ike McBride on 2nd and 7. 5-step drop. Deep throw here. Dave Axis turns upfield after the catch and is out to the 43.
Pretty soft coverage there from Thomas Rahman allows Axis to gain a lot of yards. There was a great play call there on 2nd and 7. A great open field tackle. It was gains the first down. That would be Lone Star's 14th first down of the football game.
The break to the boundary was good, and it sets up 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line of the Lycans. Just about 15, 20 yards away from feeling comfortable about a field goal. Give up the middle. McBride smacked after she picks up 2. Huge hit.
Blaze usually in those big hits, coming up with a huge stop there on 2nd. And actually finally stopped Ike McBride on 1st down. Even when she was averaging 6, 7, 8 yards on 1st down, that time she only stopped for a gain of 2.
Receivers and a tight end flexed out here on 2nd and 8. Quick throw from Fennick out to Sudo Nakai, the former halfback, smacked out of the backfield again. I tell you what, if LA doesn't stop you, they're going to hit you.
The secondary can hit, and another female player in this league, Thomasina Rama, comes up and just absolutely levels the receiver there and breaks up a 3rd and 5.
4 receivers wide, gun straight here on 3rd and 5. Deep shot caught down the left side. Greg Soto, the Cuban missile has taken off and landed in Denton, Texas. Touchdown, Glory.
What a throw by Ace Fennick. Just put it right up there, and Greg Soto didn't even have to break stride. Back to pass guy just outside, just caught it, just perfectly thrown football. Right there, watches it go in his hands, and then just untouched to the end zone. Greg Soto with his 2nd touchdown reception of the day puts the Glory up 23-17.
Huge play down the sideline. Soto broke off. It was one-on-one coverage, and it didn't work. And a big score for Lone Star to put them out in front, especially after stopping LA on their opening drive of this half. Is up and good. Now 24-17, a full 7-point lead for the Glory, but for LA, Gerald, they can hop right back in it.
Yeah, it's a 1-score game, and you saw the cap punching and counter punching that we had in the first half. We're going to have to do a little bit more of that in the second half here. Bring this back to a tie ball game.
Certainly are going to have to get back in it. Kick here from Lone Star. They've had a couple short kicks. Let's see if this one is returnable, and it is. Return will come out here, out to the 29. Coverage of the Simulation Football League 17th season right here on Next Level Sports continues next Sunday, September 19th, 2 p.m. Eastern, with the league's top team, Baltimore, as they head down to take on the Jacksonville Kings in Florida. We'll also keep tabs on an Atlantic battle just a few hours south between Charleston and the Florida Storm. It all comes your way next Saturday on Next Level Sports. First and 10 give. Johnson off the right side, not getting much there. Lone Star's defense, Gerald, you can almost feel their energy as they know that the momentum's on kind of their side right now.
Mickey McGuire comes up with the stop. Another one of the United States Armed Forces military personnel that are on this Lone Star Glory team comes up with a huge stop. They're making it 2nd and 10.
There are a ton of them, and Texas representing and Lone Star representing with their uniforms today. Give Johnson, and he is stuffed again. Tina Begin there in on the play. 3rd and 11.
Again, a little bit of help there from Yogi Barr. It's a big 3rd and long here for Los Angeles. They're 5 of 8 now for the game, 62.5%. Good number, but they need to get 6 for 9.
Here is the throw outside. That's caught well short and tackled well short of the sticks. The out route was not necessarily going to get there. Gunny McGuire wraps up Chris Lee, and it's 4th and 8.
Great open field tackle. And had no chance of getting that first down with the sure tackling of Mickey McGuire. And Lone Star Glory again holds the Vikings to a punt.
Hunter is on to send this one away, and Lone Star will get the ball back. They had the ball on the last drive, went down, scored a touchdown. Now they'll get it back here and try and score on this drive. Nice return out to the 39-yard line. And Gerald, this is a very key drive for the Lycans defense.
Definitely. You can't go down 2 scores here with the Lone Star Glory defense. The way it's playing, they've got to either maybe not force a 3 and out, but somehow got to stop them from getting points on the board on this drive.
Very important drive for both teams as Lone Star tries to push themselves way more out in front. Here's the first throw of the drive out to Dave Axis, and he picks up 6.
It seems like Lone Star is always in these 2nd and 4, 2nd and 3 situations. And once you focus on like McBride, Ace Fennick goes back and hits his receivers, Hornick, Williams, Axis, Fennick, Soto. Just all in all a good game plan right now for Lone Star against this Los Angeles defense.
Fennick was 209 yards and 74% completion last week, and he's nearing those numbers, and it complements incredibly well with runs like that for Mike McBride.
Another first down for Ike McBride. Believe it or not, Andy, in the first half, Lone Star had 12 first downs. Ike McBride, she was responsible for 6 of those 12. It gets at least 7, and she gets the first down on that carry.
First and 10, split backs here in the backfield. 2 set of downs, everything in the playbook wide open. They give McBride, and she'll only pick up a yard. Stuffed there a little bit.
Buddy Blaze plugging up the hole there on the stop. Still in Los Angeles territory at the 46. The really quick third quarter coming up here with just 2.5 to go.
2nd and 9. We'll line up in a very similar formation. Split backs, 2 backs in the backfield. Here is the give right up the middle, and that's plenty of room there. McBride makes it 3rd and 1 and up over 100 yards there.
108 with the touchdown. We got to give credit to Student Nakai there, having a great day blocking for Ike McBride. We see a 3rd and 1 coming up here, maybe a short 2.
3rd and a yard. Give. McBride has the first down and more. Rumbles down to the 31. Gerald, it seems like every time she needs to pick up just a single yard, she gets 5 or 6.
She gets 5 or 6 every time she's getting her hands on the football in this game. Just great push there. Another great block there by Pseudo Nakai. It just opens Ike up, and she is having a field day here on this Lycans defense.
New set of downs here at the 31. Ball continues to be moved down this field. LA has about 5 or 6 yards to defend before a field goal is almost certain, and that'll certainly help as Ike McBride goes backwards. Moore Rivers dumps her in the backfield for a 2-yard loss.
Known as Cheeseburger, Mar Rivers comes up there with one of the very few losses for Ike McBride on a carry in this game. Makes it 2nd and 12.
After that stuff, 2nd and long, give up the middle. And McBride makes back what she lost and just a little bit more, 3rd and 9.
I'm seeing Rahman up there with the hit. Going up to the 29-yard line of LA, 3rd down and 9. Lone Star right now, 80% for the game. 8 for 10. Great conversion rate. Let's see if they can make it 9 for 11.
Gun straight look here. 3-2 look here out of LA. Here is the throw. Across the middle. Caught Adam Williams. 1st down to the 18.
Great throw. Just on a rope. Adam Williams. 1st down. They move the chains. They're at the 18-yard line. Right now, it's not looking good for Los Angeles. They need a turnover, and they need it quick.
Might be the last play of the 3rd quarter as we're here under 11 seconds. Floater, backside, Hronik catches at the 3. Collection for Ziggy Hronik, and it pays off as it's 1st and goal for the Lone Star Glory after that huge play. 24-17, Lone Star out in front, trying to put the nail in the coffin on the Lycans. We are the SFL, presented by APM Music, live on Next Level Sports. We'll be right back. Fourth quarter begins here on the LA 3-yard line. Andy Hamilton along with Gerald Giudice. Lone Star trying to punch this one in. They will throw. Pressure coming. Barely got that one off, did Fennick before Moore Rivers buried him.
As he's throwing football, and I think that's the first time Ace Fennick's been hit in the backfield in this game. It was a big time for Mar Rivers to come up with that play, as it's now 2nd and goal.
3 yards separate Lone Star and the end zone. 3-3 look. 6 defenders in front of the Glory and the line to gain. Here is the throw. Going to dump it out to Ike McBride. Ike McBride bottled in the backfield. Huge hit there on the sideline.
Another huge hit from Thomasina Rahman. That's about her 3rd or 4th deke leader of the game. She is a talented cornerback that can hit. 1-200, but full of instant steel.
Backs him up here to the 5-yard line. 3rd and goal. Spread look. High spread with Dave Axis in the slot. Here is the throw. Outside, that is caught one-handed and powering his way into the end zone for 6. Huge play for Fennec and the Glory. What a catch and run.
Axis with a one-handed catch is able to turn his shoulders upfield somehow and still contain the momentum to get in the end zone. That was perfect cover by Thomas Rahman Jr. Axis just comes down with the football, and that's a big touchdown for Lone Star.
Game update is ready.
The X factor is into the end zone for the score, and Lone Star will be 1 extra point away from really extending this lead out. It is up and good. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music production, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. I've been on their site, Gerald, and they have some incredible stuff on APM Music, not just the SFL soundtrack, but for all of the projects. Return here out to the 30-yard line, and we'll send it to Mike St. Green and Cameron Irvine in the truck for a game break from DC and Portland. Cam and Mike.
Thanks, Andy. Mike, say what?
Yeah, Cam, Portland driving, looking to go ahead in this game, and Peanut Say says, no, thank you. He, with a big pick right here, keeps Portland out of the end zone, and we stay tied at 13.
Almost the end of the third. Deadlocked in Portland. Bonus coverage of that game coming up next.
Thank you, Cam. 1st and 10, Richardson. Deep shot offline, Gerald, and they were talking about a tight game over between DC and Portland. It was a tight game here until a couple drives from Lone Star put this thing where it is now.
3 out of 3 on the third downs on the last drive for Lone Star. Them up 2 scores. It's going to really put the pressure on Slay Richardson here. Drive them down the field here and get 2 scores here in this 4th quarter with just over 10 minutes remaining.
2 in the backfield. Rahman in front of in front of Johnson. They'll give Robert Johnson, and he will get down to the 37-yard line. And you look at the running back comparison there, they were pretty close coming out of the halftime break, and Ike McBride has kind of taken over.
She's put the game definitely on her shoulders. Sitting down there, and then Keith Fennick and the wide receiver core just finishes them off. It's going to be a big 3rd and 3 year for Los Angeles.
They need 3 yards. They're going to flip it out to Tommy Rahman out of the backfield, and he has the first down. They've thrown to him a couple times today, Gerald, with mixed results.
But this time Rahman gets upfield and gets the first down. Let's begin and Hall there on the stop, and not before Tommy Rahman Jr. can move the chains and gets another first down. Only their 3rd down conversion of the ball game.
Nate Hall, with quite a few tackles today, has been around the football nearly at all times around the ball, so I'd like to see some playmaking from a young player there. 2 in the backfield here. Richardson flips out Rahman again. Same play, and they're going to get 9 out of that. Huge play, same result.
Smart leading tackler, not only on the Glory, but in the SFL, comes up with the stop on 2nd and 1. And the defensive line for Lone Star really hasn't been heard from. I mean, Tina Begin had a sack early, at the halftime from Mary, but it just seems like they can't get any pressure.
They did get a good tackle there, and it'll bring them down a couple yards shy. It'll be 3rd and 1. Big play coming up here, Gerald.
With the stop, let's see what they can do here. It's probably going to be nice handoff here to Robinson. Looks like they got a flowers backfield.
3rd and 1 from the 45. Trying to pick up the first down. 2 in the backfield. They'll throw. Flip out here. Johnson. Johnson lowers the shoulder. Cannot get the first down. Huge play. Albert Begin to shut it down and end the drive.
Wow, big open field tackle there. Had all the momentum going upfield and just got stuffed.
Offense still out here on 4th and 1, and I think that's the right decision with the way this game has been going. You need a first down. You need to keep this drive going. 2 in the backfield, They have Johnson as the deep back. 4-2 look would lead you to believe that a run would be really good up the middle or off to that far side of the field. Play clock now down to 5, 4, and ticking, and LA is going to have to use a timeout to avoid a penalty.
I disagree there. I think they needed to get at least a shot at it. Your defense has been out on the field here quite a bit here in the second half. Lone Star's driven, I think, on both second half drives. They've gone down for scores. I don't know. I think I'd have went for it on that call.
Fourth and 1, and they elect to punt here from where they are on the field. Kick is away, and they are going to send it down to Lone Star, who will take over on their own 11, Gerald. And if they can go down and score, that might be the nail in the coffin, already up by quite a bit.
They could just put a long drive together, even if it's like a couple first downs. 3 or 4 minutes off the clock, I think this game is going to be over. Los Angeles needs a 3 and out.
3 receivers split out, single back offset to the left. 3-3 look here out of Lone Star's defense. 7:43 to go, and they'll start feeding Ike McBride. And she'll lose a yard there from the tackle, but Gerald, they're more worried about the clock at this rate.
Mar Rivers got in there, was in the backfield, almost got the handoff before Ike McBride. The loss of 1, 2nd and 11.
Second down, and they will go out in the shotgun. 3 receivers wide, and Fennick changing the play a little bit at the line. Will look to throw, stands in the pocket, delivers, caught across the middle. That is good for 7 or 8. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Big play for both teams coming up right now. If you're Los Angeles, you need your defense rise up and stop them on this 3rd down. And if you're a Lone Star fan, first down here could be very detrimental. Los Angeles guys a better chance to win.
2 receivers, top of the screen, 2 backs in the backfield, 3-3 look. Here's the give, right up the middle. McBride stuffed in the backfield. Huge play for the Lycans to get off the field. A defensive stand.
Hacksaw finishes off the tackle. It's definitely what the doctor ordered for the Lycans here. 3 and out. They're going to get the ball in decent field position here, barring a super punt here on William Zutterfeld.
That is the first stop, Gerald, for this LA defense that doesn't count in Lone Star points since the interception earlier in the first half of the game. Since then, Lone Star has gone 13 plays for a field goal. After the halftime break, they went 6 plays for a 38-yard touchdown and 12 plays for a 5-yard touchdown. That's the first punt of the half for the Lone Star Glory. They take the football here at 8, do the Lycans, and now they will try and cut into this lead with good field position. 6 minutes to go here in the 4th. Ball game still available for whoever wants to take it. Flip outside, in and out of the hands of Rahman. Freddie Trammell in coverage.
Looks like that ball was going a little bit behind him. He's going to bring up 2nd and 10, and you're not going to be punting now on 4th down. You'll definitely be going for it here. Put on territory, but you need to score quick.
2nd and 10. Gun straight look here for Richardson. 4-2 look out of the defense. Pressure right in his face, and Richardson delivers. Unreal throw under the circumstances, Gerald.
That's a great throw. Have the defense going right up the gut, untouched. In his grill, finds a way to get his ball to the receiver. End up with a sack, but a gain, and it's going to be 3rd and 6.
Gun straight look again. 3-3 look here out of this defense. Here is the shotgun snap. Richardson pressure in his face again, and again completes for first down yardage for everything, Gerald. In Sully Richardson's career, you cannot say that on this drive he has been the Richardson of old. He looks great.
Fantastic. Just staring pressure right in the face. standing his ground in the pocket and just lacing balls in there. Free throw.
In the backfield, now they'll feed Johnson. Robert Johnson picks up a couple, and big hit from Albert Begin.
And they hear the clock's now becoming an enemy of Los Angeles as well. Under 5 minutes to go, you need 2 scores. Gotta start moving the ball down the field in more than 2-yard increments.
Tight end flex. Nickel look here out of the defense for the Lone Star Glory. 2nd and 8. Here's the snap. Short snap. Richardson out to Tommy Rahman, and he will lose a yard. It'll be 3rd and a long 9 outside of field goal range.
Ball thrown just behind them. You had to make a spin, catch it, but 3rd and 9 is going to be a big play here for the Los Angeles Lycans. Just get it to a manageable 4th down, but you need to get some yards, 1st downs, but more importantly, you need points.
Gun straight look again. Nickel look here out of the defense. Richardson has thrown it 28 times. This will be his 29th. Deep down the field, and it's caught! One-on-one, Jack Flash rises and collects at the 20.
Gonna throw it high, throw it to your 6'6" tight end.
Richardson looks for the tight end again and has him! Mossed for the touchdown, and the Lycans strike back. Huge play, LA!
Well, let's see, we got some laundry on the field. Could it be a clip call, or is it a late hit against the Glory? Touchdown will stand. It's going to be a late hit here. I believe it's on J Mart, and that's kind of ticky-tacky, but either way, it's a touchdown for Los Angeles.
Huge catch across the middle, and they needed that one to get down there, and Flash was the man of the moment. 2 in a row.
Plays in a flash to Jack Flash. It puts the score now to 31-23. Big extra point pending right here.
Need this one and need more points after that, but with 4:17, you feel a lot better about where you are after that defensive stand. Kick up and on the way and good, and LA now 24-31 is just down by a single score, Gerald.
By a single score. You go for the onside kick here. I think it's a little too early for that. Because you're going to put them for the 1st down in field goal range here. See what Los Angeles decides to do.
Lone Star is lined up for the onside. It is an onside. It'll bounce into the hands of the Lone Star Glory at the 39. But keep in mind, Gerald, that Lone Star does not have a superstar kicker. They are going to have to pick up 10, 15 yards here. This is LA's shot.
A shot here, but you're talking about holding an offense less than 10 yards on a team that has 19 1st downs in the ball game.
Run or pass is the question for Lone Star. 2 in the backfield. They start with a run to McBride. McBride picks up a good chunk, half of what they need. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Averaging 4.6 yards to carry. All you have to do is give her the ball twice, and you're back in field goal range. That's why I don't like the onside kick call with 4+ to go. They needed to flip the field there. See what the Los Angeles Lakers defense can do. Huge 2nd down.
2nd and 5 from the 33-yard line. 2 in the backfield. Nickel look out of the LA Lycans. Time ticking down. They'll give McBride, and she's tackled right around the line of scrimmage. More Rivers, and that'll set up 3rd and 3.
Big tackle by Moore Rivers there as Judah Nakai opened up a block, but he snuck in there, grabbed Ike McBride by the legs and took her down. No gain. Big game, or maybe 2. Big game. 3rd and 3 here at the 32-yard line. Be close to a 50-yarder right now if they were to attempt one.
Yeah, it could be the play of the game right here. This 3rd and 3 could decide how this one turns out. 3 minutes to go here in the 4th, and it is going to be Ace Fennick under center. Will look to sling it. Fennec, pressure coming, just unloads to Ike McBride, and she has the first down and more inside the 20 to the 17. Huge play from Fennec to avoid the pressure and find the check down.
Unbelievable presence there. Fennec, how do you just lose Ike McBride? She was all alone. No one within 10 or 15 yards of her when she caught that pass. That could be the game there for Los Angeles Lakers, because you can't leave a star player like that wide open. It's a defensive breakdown.
And especially with a back like Ike McBride, who can now run the football and take more time off the clock, that first down ever more dangerous. They will give McBride. McBride, good block from Pseudo Nakai, picks up a first down again, down to the 7.
Unbelievable running there for McBride. And while Pseudo Nakai only has one reception for 3 yards on the stat sheet, he has been a star for this Lone Star offense, and I'm sure Ike McBride she'll say the same thing. Nakai, great blocking downfield to get that first down, and they're inside the 10.
Staring at first and goal from the 7-yard line. This could be the last play before the 2-minute warning, as long as Lone Star takes their good, sweet time getting up to the ball on the next one. 2 in the backfield. Nakai right behind Fennec with McBride off to his right. Give Ike McBride, and she will pick up another 1 or 2. It'll be 2nd and goal when we come back from the 2-minute warning. 31-24, Lone Star trying to put it away. This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on Next Level Sports. We'll be right back. Back here in Denton, Texas, 2 minutes to play. 2nd and goal for the Lone Star Glory, trying to put this thing away. A touchdown would certainly make it a lot more tough on LA. A field goal obviously would as well. Give up the middle. Ike McBride into the end zone. Touchdown, Lone Star Glory.
And that will do it for this ball game. It should be Lone Star with another big score. Ike McBride, her 2nd rushing touchdown of the ball game. That's hard to do on these Lycans. Lycans only gave up 3 for the season coming into this game. Showing you how big of a game Ike McBride is having. He's in the end zone twice now on this Los Angeles Lycans defense, putting Lone Star up big.
37-24. The Glory going to try and add another extra point to extend that lead to 14, a full 14. Extra point from Purvis is up and good, and let's send it to Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green for a game break between DC and Portland.
Thanks, Andy. Portland putting this one away, Mike.
Yeah, Cam, this game was close at one point, but then Bob Funk with a big interception right here takes it back 35 yards. Portland goes up 23-13 late in the fourth quarter.
DC about to suffer another close loss. Back to Andy and Gerald in Lone Star.
Back here in Texas, return from Lee up to the 32. Very interesting to watch Portland there, Gerald, extend that lead because you know what that means is that LA, Vancouver will both be 5-3, but you know who else is 5-3 in that division now? Or the Portland Fleet, Gerald. Big stuff from them.
Portland Fleet's having a fantastic year, coming up with some big wins, and that would be a really big one if that lead holds.
Pacific Division tightening up as long as LA doesn't come back in this one. Flip outside, Davius Reed will pick up 9 to the 42.
Nice tackle to keep him in bounds right there by Bo Martin Jr.
2nd and 1 from the 42. Richardson slings it strong across the middle to the 44.
Nice throw into triple coverage there. Again, the big tight end Jack Flash on the catch.
Looking to throw it again. Stands, delivers. Oh, and almost tipped away and incomplete. Huge play there on the outside, and it looked like it could have been picked.
Bo Martin Jr. with the deflection. Keeg Ryak could have been picked, and that probably would have been a pick six with nobody out there. Either way, the pass goes incomplete. 2nd and 10. 26 left, and Los Angeles down 2 scores.
Yeah, that certainly would have put a cap on this game. LA lives to fight for 2nd and 10. 2 receivers top of the screen, 4 down linemen. They'll flip outside to Robert Johnson. Johnson, stiff arm and gets out of bounds at the 38.
Great, smart veteran play there to get out of bounds and save the team a timeout, who basically wasted one earlier in this quarter, but is going to bring up a 3rd and 4. Los Angeles 8 for 13 in the game so far. He converted again.
1:22 to go in the football game. LA has 2 of their 3 timeouts. They burned one in the 3rd quarter on a 4th down. Gun straight look here for Sully Richardson. Bump out of the defense. Jack Flash is wide open and takes a pop at the 26.
Albert begins, says hello. Just bring a 1st and 10.
Richardson dropped in the backfield, and they are going to have to hurry back to the line. This play will take them under a minute to go here in the 4th down by 14. It is looking tough for LA. Richardson fires across the middle, caught 3rd and 11, and they will take a timeout.
And that is only the second sack of the ball game. This is the first time I think we mentioned Rukin for the whole game. Comes up huge with a huge sack. 3rd and 11. Definitely 4 down territory here with 54 ticks on the clock.
4 down territory indeed. First, they have to face this 3rd and 11 with 54 seconds to go in the 4th. Richardson fires outside, caught and out of bounds. Will make it 4th and 7, and they have to go for this one.
Okay, 4th down, you're probably looking again at Jack Flash. He seems to be receiver when Sully Richardson needs a big play. See what happens, 4th and 7. This definitely is the ball game for Los Angeles. You have to convert.
Have to move the ball down inside the 15-yard line. Gun straight look. Jack Flash is the tight end on the line. Here's Richardson going to take a deep shot middle of the field. Jack Flash, touchdown number 2! He swipes it away from the defender and hits pay dirt.
Unbelievable. Jack Flash, like I said, when Sully Richardson needs a big play, they go to Jack Flash and nothing bigger. Not only do they get the 1st down, but they get the touchdown. Beautifully thrown football there by Sully Richardson, and not so fast. Los Angeles is back in this football game with 47 seconds left.
47 seconds to go. They will find themselves, if this extra point attempt is good. They will be down by just 7 points. High snap, kick up on the way and good. And now Rob Ems will take the long walk here from the 20 to midfield to attempt an onside kick that, if recovered, would give the Lycans the opportunity to go down the field and tie.
And with having 2 timeouts left, Los Angeles might have a chance if they recover this football here to drive it back down the field, but this could be it right here.
Kick up. It is a high kick. It is caught by Lone Star. They will take over. Collected there on the outside.
Great play there by the backup tight end, Alvin York, on the hands team. Coming up here with 45 seconds left to go. It's going to be the ball game. I think they're just going to be able to kneel down here for a couple plays.
Yes, only only 1 timeout, for Los Angeles. So Lone Star can take this thing to the wire. LA burns their final timeout, and now it will just take 2 kneel downs from Lone Star to finish this thing off. But Gerald, we talked about it. It was a fight all the way until the end.
Definitely a fight all the way to the end, but somehow Lone Star just got that last blow in. It wasn't a knockout. They won on points. It was a fantastic game, and another interesting point. This game, listen to the losing score. The score for the losing teams. 24, 27, and now 31. Those are the points for the losing team in this series. Again, a game over 60 points between these 2 ball clubs, and Lone Star comes out with a big win here to stay close to Mexico City in their division.
And for Lone Star, they are going to collect the victory. They will head to 4-4, evening up at 500 for Los Angeles. We talked about it. They will head to 5-3 along with Vancouver and with Portland in that division. The Pacific Division just gets tighter, and that will be something that we'll have to keep an eye on. For Gerald Giudice, I'm Andy Hamilton, and what a game it was, Gerald. Who, if you had to imagine, would be your player of the game?
McBride, 30 carries for $138. 2 scores. I think that would be the game. That would be the player of the game. You see some of the stats here. Only that 1 turnover that resulted in Los Angeles points, touchdown, but it's basically even, as you can see there. 3 minutes in time of possession, about 50, 60 yards different. The game was as close as the score looked.
Certainly was. These 2 teams going to battle for a moment. Looked like Lone Star was going to run away with it, and then all credit to LA, Gerald, they got right back in it.
They never said die. They were down 2 scores, went down, they scored quick. And this Lone Star defensive play, it was just basically had the ball last, and this time Lone Star prevailed. A huge win. You see Ike McBride here basically with the game winner. This game on ice.
Yeah, right up the middle, able to finish that one off. McBride, 138 yards today, 2 scores. Mark Lopez and Justin reside on our stats truck, doing a really good job. Had the numbers spot on for us. Both quarterbacks over 75% completion percentage. Sully Richardson, 3 touchdowns, no picks in a losing effort. But your player of the game is Ike McBride for the Lone Star Glory. Well, for Gerald Giudice, I'm Andy Hamilton. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League. Lone Star gets the 38-31 victory, and we'll send it to SFL Studios for analysis right after these messages. Stay tuned, and thank you.
Welcome back to Sim Football Post Game, along with Mike St. Green. I'm Cameron Irvine, and let's start, Mike, with a game that just went final. We didn't have any bonus coverage of it because it was under wraps, but Portland clamps down, shuts down DC in the second half, and takes that one 23-13. The disappearing act of Kevin Say continues for the Dragons at 2-6.
Yeah, Cam, this game was totally dominated by Portland's defense in the second half. We were 13-13 at the half, and total shutout, whitewash in the second half. The big Portland defense showed up big in the second half. Bob Funk had a big pick six. Patterson had a couple of sacks, and the defense dominated. And Ezekiel Love, he just does what he keeps doing what he typically does. He doesn't look like he's having a big game, a huge game, but 176 yards later, he's, over 35 carries, and they controlled the ball. Defense stepped up, and they came away with a big win today. And lo and behold, Cam, Portland finds themselves in a tie for first place out in the Pacific.
And, that's because Los Angeles lost to Lone Star 38-31. Mike, 30 seconds on that before we wrap up for the day.
One thing that stood out to me, Cam, was Ike McBride had a huge game today. It was more or less like the Ike McBride that we've come accustomed to seeing. She outdoed Robert Johnson on the ground, 138 yards and a touchdown, averaging close to 5 yards a carry, and that's what we're used to seeing from Ike McBride and the Lone Star Glory.
We start next week at 2 Eastern with Baltimore and Jacksonville here on Next Level Sports. That's a big game. Join us on For the Fans tomorrow starting at 12:30 Eastern. For Mike St. Green, I'm Cameron Irvine. This has been the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Have a great night, everybody.